Hello, maurieos 2019 Engineering Maths Weekly Quiz 5 Review. Hello, welcome. Well, this is the fifth test quiz. Get it right. Fifth quiz that we have prepared for the 2019 year. And this quiz will then be followed by the week after by a test. So there'll be no quiz that week. So this will be quiz 5 and then followed, as I say, by test 1, which should cover most of the ground that has been covered in the quizzes so far. Now with the quiz last week, there was a small competition as to where the location of the background, and so one free spin of a vending machine on the Rotokari campus to the person, or the first person to tell me the location of the background in the video that you see. And you need to write that in the comments below the video. So where is this background? It is in New Zealand. So if you can tell me where this background is, one free spin of a vending machine somewhere on the Rotokari campus. Last week's winner, I believe, took a can of either Mother or Monster. I couldn't quite remember, but yes, got in pretty quickly and got the answer out. The test review is published at 6 o'clock on the Tuesday following the test in the usual circumstances. So let's get on with the review, and we'll head over to the big screen, and this is where we look at the model answers. So if you haven't got something quite right, you can check it out here. If you have got something right, it pays just to look at the model answers to see if perhaps you can get some extra marks, or there's some little bits and pieces that you might have missed that could be relevant in an exam situation. But anyway, here we go, over to the big screen, and hopefully we can get Smooth Draw 4 up and running. So I'll just do a quick check. Yes, we're all good and right in there, so we'll undo that. There we go. So we've got x squared plus 4x plus 4 over x squared minus 4. So what we've got to do is simplify. Now looking at this here, I can see that that's a quadratic that's possibly can be factorized. So I'm just going to factorize the top here like that, like so, and I can see that I could put x there and x there, and if I look at the factors of 4, I've got 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 2 equals 4. This is the factors here of this number here, and I can see that that's positive. So when that's positive, it tells me that the signs here and here are either positive or negative, both positive or both negative. And then I look at the sign here, I see it's positive. So that tells me that they're both positive. plus, plus, and I'm going to put a 2 in there like that, and a 2 in there like that. And then we'll just maybe just get the green pen out, and we'll just check. So there's our x squared. We've got plus 2x there. Plus 2x there is our 4x. And 2 by 2 there is a 4. So that gives us the x squared plus 4. So that's all pretty good. Now, just looking at this one on the bottom, this is in a form of what we call, if we just look here at this 4, that's equal to 2 squared. 2 by 2 is 4. So this is a form that is known as a square minus a square. And what we know about that is that we can factorize that very simply if we know this. X plus 2, x minus 2, and that's called a square minus a square. And just checking that one out, you can see there that you get the x squared, right? And then you get minus 2x plus 2x, cancels each other out, and then you get in here the negative 4 plus 2 times negative 2, negative 4. So you can see that's your square minus your square. So the negative here tells you that the signs are different. Positive here tells you the signs are the same. There's a 0x in there. So, alrighty. So now we can do some, I'll just use that cancelling out because we've got an x plus 2. Oh, I think I'll undo that and I'll go with a magenta here. We've got an x plus 2 there and an x plus 2 there, which cancel out. Okay, and because if we, well, divide top and bottom by x plus 2, that's equal to 1. So there, that gives us an answer now of we've got x plus 2 over x minus 2. Now, it's very tempting to maybe try and cancel the x's or the 2's out. But no, we can't. It's when they're in the top, when they're over with a line like that, it's as if, well, they were in a bracket and I just took it out. It's as if they're in a bracket. So we must just treat them as a single number. So that's the answer there, x plus 2, x minus 2. That's it. It's all over. You can't go any further than that. You can't do anything with that. That is it in its simplest form. So let's have a look at question 2 as a single logarithm. All right. Well, we should have got these now, but you can look at your formula sheet to get the various things out of here. But we know that 2 log x is the same as log x squared. X squared. Plus, Now remember that with logarithms, plus means multiply. Now 3 log y, that's log y cubed. I'm putting them in brackets like that. And then this one here is log, and just be very careful there. I've actually got a bit of an eraser here, so I put a plus there. Oops. Perhaps I should turn the background layer on. That's right. Yeah, so I've got a minus there. That should be a minus. I want to stop that. I want to come back to my felt pen here. There we go. So that's a minus. Oops, what's happening here? The felt pen minus. Oops, we haven't. What's going on there? Minus. There we go. Minus x y to the power of 7. Okay, so that's getting a bit shaky here. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of work on that. So that's log x squared plus log y cubed minus, and I'm going to change that to log x to the 7th y to the 7th. Now we're going to try and bring that together all under one log, and it'll be x squared times y cubed over, because the minuses divide, x to the power of 7. Right, question 3. Find the equation of the graph. Now where did that... Okay, so from our formula sheet here, we can say... We'll just stop that. That just came out of nowhere. Y to the 7th. And we'll put that in there like that. Now we can see we've got 2 x's on there and 7 down the bottom. So that's 7 minus 2 is 5. So we can like take that out of there altogether, and we'll take 2 off that. There's a 5, and we can take that one there out altogether and take 3 off that and make that a 4. So now we get here log brackets oh no, we won't get anything on the top now because they're all gone. just a 1. 1 over x to the power of 5 y to the power of 4. Okay, and that's our answer. That's our answer, is a single logarithm. We've simplified it down as far as we can go. All right, question 3. Find the equation of the graph. Okay, so from our formula sheet here, we can say we know that y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient. So what's the gradient of this graph? Well, we've got 5 there and -10 there. -10 is the gradient. So the gradient m equals, if we're going from here, we'll make that +10. Rise over run, which is 5. The rise there is 5. And the run is 10. So we're going 10, 5. 5 over 10. Okay, and that equals a half. Okay, that equals a half. Now C is the y-intercept, and here's C here. We can see straight away that C is 5. Okay, that's, and I'll just write in here, rise or equals y, delta y. Okay, and run delta x. So filling in here, y, oh, we want to use the red one, equals m is a half, x plus 5, half x plus 5. Okay, so that's it. Now just one other thing to check with the gradient. Is it a positive gradient or negative gradient? So it's a positive gradient, positive, increasing from left to right. It's increasing from left to right. That's positive gradient. Yep, so we know that. So y equals a half x plus 5. That's that one all done. Quite not that difficult, that one. Right, so I think that's all fine there. Oh, we'll just do a couple of little checks. So when x equals -10, half of -10 is -5 plus 5 is 0. That's good. when x equals 0, y equals plus 5. That's all pretty good. So yeah, just pays to do those little sanity checks at the end there. Yes. Oops. Now, I haven't quite worked out how to stop it doing that just yet. Okay. Yeah. When y, oh dear, I just wanted to do that little check there. When x equals -10, yep, y equals half -10 plus 5 equals 0. 2 ticks. Yeah, I just did that as what I call a sanity check, just to make sure I've got that grade right and in the right direction. So that's good. Half of -10 is -5 plus 5 is 0. So that means we're on the right track. Okay, so now we're going to go to question 4, and that's on another layer. And so we go there and back up to here. Here we go. Alrighty. So find the equation of the straight line passing through the points 1, 1 and 3, 5. Now there are a number of ways of doing this, but one way to do it is to, well, we know that the equation of a straight line, okay, so we need to make that our visible layer. Yep. Y equals mx plus c. So we can actually sort of set out some simultaneous equations, really, because we can say, right, oops, no, that's not what we want. At 1, 1, what do we know? We know that 1 equals mx plus c. Okay, mx. Oh, 1 equals, hang on. Okay, at 1, 1, y is 1, m is there, x is 1 plus c. Okay, so we can call that maybe equation 1. Okay, so that's 1 equals m plus c. And then we also know that at 3, 5, five, which is y, equals m, right, times x, which is 3, plus c. All right, so that's going to be equation 2. Okay, so now here, let's put them underneath each other. We've got 1, and here we've got m, 1m, and here we've got plus c. Okay, and that's equation 1. So if we multiply, well, let's multiply equation 1 by -1. So we'll just multiply it by -1. So that's going to give us -1 equals negative m, minus c. Okay, and that'll be equation 1. So we'll write number 2 under it, which is unchanged. 5 equals 3m, or just to get it more on track, 3m plus c. That's equation 2. And now if we add them, the c's will be eliminated. Okay, so -5 plus 1 is 4. And that equals -m plus 3m is 2m. And the c's cancel. We'll divide by 2. And that then, and bring that to the left, m equals 2. So we know that m is 2. Right. Now, in equation 1, we can say 1 equals 2 plus c. All right, 1 equals 2 plus c, because m is 2. All right, so, and then we can say c equals 1 minus 2, which equals -1. And then we'll just go over here. Therefore, our equation is y equals m is 2, 2x minus 1. So I'll just put a little y equals 2x minus 1, and let's do a little bit of a check up on that. So when at 1, 1, we get 1 equals 2 minus 1. Correct. That's right. 1 does equal 2 minus 1. And at 3, 5, we get 5. Y is 5 equals 2 times 3, which is x, minus 1. Correct. Therefore, we can say that the equation of the graph must be y equals 2x minus 1. Okay. Now there are other ways of doing that, and you may have another way of doing it. That's fine. Check your way of doing it. If you're unsure, talk to your tutor about it. As I said, there's many ways of doing this. There's formulas and all sorts. Now, using simultaneous equations, find the coordinates of the 2 points at which the line y plus 2x equals 0 intercepts the circle x squared plus y squared equals 0. So, straight away here, we've got a situation where we've got simultaneous equations. Okay, so straight away we've got this situation here where we've got simultaneous equations. So it just took a little bit of a while to get. But we see that the simultaneous equations have got squares in them. So we must, therefore, we know that it's going to be elimination. That we're going to use. That's the one we're going to use, elimination. Okay, now, obviously the easiest one to work with, to start with, is this one here. So we've got y plus 2x equals 0. And so we can subtract negative 2x from both sides. And straight away we've got y equals negative 2x. And I can see that I've made a mistake there, totally. That shouldn't be elimination at all. That should be substitution. Substitute. Substitution. Hopefully I've spelt that wrong. All right, so yes, not elimination, substitution. We're going to substitute negative 2x for y. So now we've got, let's see here, we've got, we need to undo that, and we need to go to our red pen. And so now we're going to go x squared plus y squared, but y is negative 2x. all squared equals 20. Okay, so that gives us x squared plus 4x squared right minus 20, no, equals, we'll just leave it like that, it's 20. Alright, so that gives us, collecting terms, 5x squared equals 20. Let's divide through by 5. I haven't been changing colours. Yep. Divide through by 5. And we get x squared equals 4. And then we'll square root both sides. And we get x equals plus or minus 2. Now, just to make it easier, we'll go up over here, I think. It'll be easy place to work. We've got plus or minus 2 when x equals 2. Okay, y equals negative 2x, which equals negative 2 times 2 equals negative 4. Okay, and I'll just put a little underline under there, and then when x equals negative 2, y equals negative 2, negative 2, which equals 4. Okay, y equals 4. So the intersection points are 2, negative 4, and negative 2, 4. Now, just as a bonus stuff, let's just sort of try and maybe draw this up a little bit. So we've got, All right, we've got it. Okay. So what I'm going to try and do is just draw this up. So there's a bit of an axis there. We've got this graph here, y equals negative 2x. And we've got these points here. So this is 2, negative 4 is 1 point down here. So that there would be 2, negative 4. And then the other point is negative 2, 4, which would be up here. And so it's a straight line graph that goes through the middle. So that would be y equals negative 2x. And we can see that that's a negative graph because it's decreasing from left to right. It's decreasing, it's getting smaller from left to right, so that's a negative gradient. And then the circle, which will be centered on there and looks like a bit of a square here, that'll be the circle y equals y, oh no, it's not correct. X squared plus y squared equals 20. And just another little bonus fact that these points here will be the square root of 20. Will be these points where it intersects the axis. That'll be root 20. That'll be negative root 20. And that there will be negative root 20. Okay. When x equals, when y equals 0, x squared equals 20, and x equals plus or minus the square root of 20, and vice versa. So it's a circle centre the origin with a radius of square root of 20. And that's it all there. So that brings quiz 5 to an end, I guess. And well, we can just come back, and let's not forget the competition here. If you know the location of this, where this is, put it in the comments below the video. If you've got any questions about the model answers, put them in the comments below the video. Don't forget, you can always make personal contact with your tutors and ask them. If you've got a different method of doing things, ask your tutor. And, well, there you go. Quiz 5 is all done, ready to go. And, well, after quiz 5, test 1. So, yes, the first test, make sure you're well prepared for it. All good. Cheers. See you.